Okay, good evening. Review 3 of the night. OBS is still playing up, Twitch is still playing up, I'm giving up with it, I'm just going to go ahead. All the Twitch titles are going to be wrong for these. I'll fix it when I upload them onto YouTube. So, The Book Thief. And this is the book that almost killed me. This almost killed the charity run entirely. I hated this book. I absolutely hated it. I was genuinely 100% depressed after reading this book. It left me in such a funk. Literally, I was upset, argumentative. I was clinically and classically depressed after reading this book. It affected me so much. Not because not because of the subject matter, but yes, because of the subject matter, but because it's a very well written book, and it did get to me. Plus, I was exhausted and there was a lot going on, and I was probably quite receptive to it. but there's nothing redeeming in this book whatsoever. It's people talk about this being as a really uplifting book in the same ways they think that the I forgot the name of it again. The one I just mentioned in the last review is uplifting because of the abominable human spirit. The idea being that even through all the bloodshed and war and death of the Second World War, people are still brought together through books, and they still have happiness and hope all the way through it. And sorry, no, it's complete and total nonsense. Complete and total nonsense. This book, as its overriding theme, has the inevitability of death and how completely everything you do is pointless. That is what this book says. Completely 100%. The name of the girl in the book, I can't remember the name of the girl. Lysel. Right at the very start of the book, you're telling her that it tells you that she dies. Right? And as she dies, and she doesn't die nicely. And then all the way through the book, it tells you about the people that she comes into contact with. But as it introduces you to them, it tells you how they're going to die. So even before you've gotten hold of the character, you've already knowing that they're dying and how they're dying. It's absolutely... there's no hope in the book whatsoever. There's no joy in the book. The idea that that books are the lifeline between Lysel and the Jewish character, the boxer, whose name I can't remember, or the boy who wants to kiss her. I can't remember the character names. I read this before Christmas and I want to forget the book. Everyone in the book is set up to die. Everyone. As soon as you're introduced to them, the character of death tells you how they're going to die, including Lysel. There's nothing in this book that gives you any hope whatsoever. The only thing it tells you is, hello, here's a person. They're going to die. How do you take that into real life? What does the book tell you? The book tells you every single person that you're going to meet is going to die somehow in front of you. That's a really rubbish thing. You take that into real life. I walk out of my study having finished this book. It's like, hello, my beloved darling, you're going to die now. You walk and see my 5-year-old daughter. You go, hello, my beautiful daughter. Someday you're going to die. It's not the way you should be thinking about things. And this is the way this book made me think. It just made me mope and carp on about the idea of everyone I know dying. It genuinely and utterly depressed me. I hated it. Hated. And it's not that it's a bad book. It's not a bad book. I would not put this down as the worst book that I've read in this, because it's not the worst book I've read. It's very well written. It's very well put together. It's very well constructed. The characters are excellent. But it depressed the absolute hell out of me. And I'm never going to read this again. Should you read this book? No, keep the hell away from this book. Don't go anywhere near it. Find another book about hope. Jonathan Livingston Seagull, that's the one, isn't it? Is a beautiful little book about hope and what comes next, and the fact that hardships can bring You know, you can get out the other side of hardship, and joy can happen, and brightness can happen, light can happen. It has everything that this book doesn't. Don't read this book. Whatever you do, don't read it. No. genuinely just don't. I will never ever recommend that anyone reads this book. So yes, this book almost killed my run. It depressed me so hard. I took almost a month's break after reading this book, just because I didn't want to pick up another book. It left me feeling so emotionally down. This almost killed the whole thing. Almost killed the whole thing. So I can't remember who put it on my list, but I don't thank you for that one. I really genuinely don't thank you for that one. Of all the books, this one really actually, yeah. Anyway, happy smiles. The next one I'm going to do, from the sublime to the ridiculous, we're going to go for Mount by Jilly Cooper. That's going to be the next one. So, okay, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. I'm going to be back in 20 seconds once I switch the stream and get the next book title up on OBS. Thank you very much.